Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all doing fantastically. I had a lot of comments on my last wet molding video asking me how long it will last, as in the wet molding, and how long, a lot of people basically saying that it won't last for very long at all. So I thought I would make this video to show you how you can make your wet molding last literally forever. So, well, almost forever, it depends on what you do to it, but basically forever. In this particular video, I have to sand down the back of it because it was finished, the leather I mean, the back of it's finished so it won't absorb any water. But it's the same beginning method we use for any leather wet molding, and that is so I glued the pieces together and then I clamp them. And the reason for that is it just keeps it together just a little bit nicer, because if you only clamp it, you don't quite get the same holding pressure you would without the clamp. And I went ahead and got a box so I could actually do this properly. So the first thing we're going to do is dunk the leather, and you just saw me pour it inside, and that's because the outside is finished. It's a finished veg tan I'm using, and I've sanded off the finish on the inside so it'll actually absorb water from the inside out. The outside is very water resistant. These are the clips I'm using, by the way. Just dog clips with some leather over them to protect whatever you put them on. So I'm using a spider cone knife for this just because I really like the shape of it. Let me know in the comments if you like this one or if you have another favourite knife. I'd love to know. This leather is Metropolitan's, I can't remember exactly which shoulder it is, but it's one of Metropolitan's, and it's Italian veg tan. Really beautiful to use. I really enjoy working with it. But basically I'm gonna show you how to make your piece basically indestructible. If you really tried, you could probably get it to demold, but it's basically indestructible. So we're going to use two methods in one. So we're going to bake it at 68 degrees, and the reason we're doing 68 degrees is because we're also going to put wax, as in beeswax, on the inside of it. Now the reason we do that is because when beeswax is cold, it's really hard. So normally after you prick mark around it and then you stitch it, you're pretty much done. But I'm going to prick mark it, and then I'm going to all the way around it. All the way around it. And the reason I'm doing that is to essentially key it. So in manufacturing, when you want two pieces to fit together perfectly, you put keys around so that they slot together perfectly, which is what I'm essentially doing here. And then I'm going to take it apart, and I'm going to rub not a huge amount, but enough beeswax on the inside that it will absorb in and set. And the second process to this is the baking. So we're going to not just use the 68 degrees. You can go a little bit hotter. You might go up to maybe 70 or 75, but I went for 68. I think my oven was about that. And the reason for that is when it dries out after it's been wet, it will harden. But if it hasn't been baked, it will it has the chance of slowly re-softening. However, if you bake it and you bring it up to a high temperature, once it is baked, it will never soften again because you've changed the structure of the fibers. And it's how things like leather gun sheaths are made. They bake the molds, well, they should do, I don't know if all of them do, but a lot of gun sheaths, they'll mold them and then they'll put them in a really hot Texas sun or whatever, which gets really hot. Maybe not 60 degrees hot, but it gets really hot, and that solidifies the fibers of the leather, so that once it's fully set and it's cooled back down again and you have the wax on the fibers inside, it will not soften, I promise you. So yeah, that's that. Thank you so much for watching and have a fantastic week. Take care, guys.